After I was done with my early morning lesson yesterday, I drove home, had a cup of tea, took a nap, and then got ready for my late morning lesson, which was actually in Los Angeles at a golf course right next to the airport called Westchester. So how do I do that? Well, I sat in my pub and had my iPad in front of me and we FaceTimed. And it works wonderfully ever since the pandemic. The quality of the sound and the picture is so good. It's like being there. The only difference is once in a while I need a little help to know where the ball went. Otherwise, perfectly efficient. And this is a client, a family therapist who I've known for many years, a friend. And we've been doing lessons for pretty much 30 years. So I know the golf swing very well, and my job is to maintain it. As we get older, it gets harder, and my job's to help. So this was the first lesson in some little while. And so we habitually just hit a few short irons so that I can watch what's going on. And then start going through a process that's fairly familiar to us, obviously, after 30 years. Now, the lesson went extremely well, and it was very quick again. After just 2 or 3 swings, it was evident that there was huge improvement. And one of the reasons I admire this lady so much is that she's not a fabulous athlete and obviously doesn't have a job that requires athleticism, but she is so rugged. She's had several operations, enormous amounts of physical therapy, and goes through it without complaint and is determined to keep her golf going. And you know, you take that seriously, so I hope I can help. So what we did with her swing, and luckily it worked extremely successfully and very quickly, was something that actually came up twice, not just with her yesterday, but also in a subsequent lesson, which I'll talk about on another video. Her swing was operating very well, and generally her tendency has been, when she's hitting well, is to hit a pull draw. Now, I generally encourage that because I just think it's a better way to miss in terms of not only playing, but also the general quality of the golf swing. The default is normally to go off to the right. Now, as she was swinging those first few shots and hitting really quite well, there was a little movement. And this is typical of golf. It's sort of part of the fun and the annoyance of the game. Because as she was going to the end of the backswing and starting to turn back toward the ball, what they call the transition, it was as if she was trying to put her right shoulder, I did it just for fun, and I said, "You're trying to insert your right shoulder in your right nostril." So, not the most beautiful description, but it got the message over. It certainly got her attention. And as soon as she understood that, then all of a sudden she focused on that, and I warned her that you'll feel, if you don't let that happen, that your swing is shorter, perhaps a little tighter. You're not quite sure where you're going to get your power from, but you're to tolerate that. And that's a very valuable thing to say under these conditions. This is by no means unfamiliar to me. And as soon as that happened, we started to see the ball go higher and less left, but not default off into the right trees. And the rest of the lesson went very well. We went to different clubs, and of course eventually got to hitting a few short shots at the end just to make sure the short game is working. But that was my second lesson yesterday, and done from 400 miles away. Wonderful.